You're gonna learn how to defend yourself very quickly using your cane. You're gonna get a great workout. You're gonna get your heart rate up. You're gonna build speed, strength, power, and devastating techniques that you can use to defend yourself using just a walking cane. So grab your walking cane, follow me, and stay tuned to the end because I'm starting what I jokingly call a new segment in these workouts called your daily shillelagh. I'm gonna show you a couple of very basic, explosive, fast, extremely useful, extremely effective techniques that you can learn and you can practice that come from Irish stick fighting, and you're gonna use them with your walking cane. So grab your combat cane, your tactical cane, whatever kind of cane you have. This is a Cane Master's cane. I'm gonna show you both training with the Cane Master's cane, and we're gonna get this back out. This is that rattan, super lightweight dojo training cane. This is the Oak Dojo training cane. Let me show you really quickly the difference. This one is gonna move so much faster. This one is gonna break bones so much more easily. This is gonna give you an advantage of strength and density of wood. It's not gonna break this one. Well, it's not gonna break as easily, right? This one's not gonna break that easily either, but it's gonna be lighter and it's gonna move faster. When we get to the Irish stick fighting toward the end in your daily shillelagh, you're gonna see that this might have the advantage because of its lightness and its quickness, but it's gonna work really well with both. So don't worry, whichever cane you have, grab it and let's start training. It'll be a simple walking cane. In fact, that's how I got started. So you're gonna start with your hand here. I want you to always warm up with this basic motion. This is the same if you ever do any of the other martial arts weapons like nunchuck. It's just like spinning. It's like that basic orbital. You're making a cranking motion. Good morning, everybody. Just a cranking motion around and around. And your hand it's closed, but it's not squeezing. It's closed enough that you don't lose your cane. It's open enough that you can start to build that callus, that proprioception, fire different parts of your brain that make you smarter, more flexible, while getting your heart rate up. Now you're gonna go over and back, and I like to say this is like slapping with the front hand and the back hand. Good morning, Nick. Coming across the face in this figure eight. And you can use these as strikes. These are also strikes. I don't suggest doing the strikes in your fighting like this. Simply a personal preference. I'm not saying it's wrong, it's just different. I'm just saying, no worries. Good morning, it's good to see you again. I'm saying that we do this, you and I are doing this one so that you can get the heart rate up. You can start to build those neural pathways in the brain that are gonna help you never lose your cane in self-defense. You're gonna be able to grab it wherever it is, eyes closed, in the dark, from sitting position, from a standing position. When you've been knocked down, you're on your back, you're gonna be able to use this thing because it's gonna have its own brain that's attached to your body. Your hands develop like a brain in that way. And you get that through spinning like this. So you're spinning, putting the other hand, palm facing up, slow is smooth, smooth is fast, exactly right. We were working out a little bit earlier, one of the one-on-one sessions that I do through the Facebook portal. It's kind of like a Zoom call, but 1,000 times better. And we're working in this just a few minutes ago. It's good to see you. Happy birthday again. You're going across and back, across and back. But we were working on some fighting routines. And I think I might even show you in here in case, basic practical self-defense, coming from all different directions. Very simple, but like I said to this client of mine, and he's in his 70s. He's a perfect person. He doesn't look like he's in his 70s. He doesn't move like he's in his 70s. He's been working with me now for about 3.5, almost 4 years. And he's stronger, more agile, more flexible, more pain-free, more capable of self-defense than he's ever been. It's front and back, front and back. I won't say his whole life because I didn't know him. He's 73. I'm not that old. 70, maybe 72. I think I just aged him by a year. But he moves like he's in his 50s or his 40s. All right, after you do that, your heart rate's gonna start to get up. You're gonna start to build some power, some strength. You're gonna start to get a better grip, a more effective grip. I wanna go into hand health, joint health, so that you can do this stuff longer. And I want you to add spinning through your fingers, just 30 seconds per hand, all throughout this workout. And I promise you, we're gonna hit stuff, we're gonna smash things. You're gonna learn how to defend yourself better. You're gonna get stronger, faster. Yeah, everybody gets older, so you might as well embrace it. Hold on, I'm gonna change the camera angle just a little. You might as well embrace it, right? And not in a defeated way, not in a compromising way, but ask yourself, how can I be better today than I was yesterday? And then make a solution, work on it. You will do this. This is one of them. This is going to give you wicked strong grip, and it's also going to give you hand health. This is getting the blood flowing through those fingers, and it's stretching them out. It's working your extensor muscles. So it's balancing out those constricting or those squeezing muscles, your flexors, the ones that pull. We use those all the time when we fight, right? You need to also work on extending them. So you do this 30 seconds per hand throughout this workout today, and we're gonna get you super healthy. This is episode number 4, so we're covering a lot of material. You can go back and look for the earlier episodes, or start here. Anywhere you start is the right place to start. Merry Christmas. Now, from here, I want you to go into the first most basic strikes. Sweet. Nice, I like that. Yeah, you know, the what is that movie, Rin Tin Tin, or whatever it is? You know, the kid who's like a detective and really smart or whatever. And there's the two bobbies, the two London police officers, the London bobbies, and they carry their cane this way. This is how they always did it. And they did, yeah, for sure. No question they're guys in their 80s who are dangerous, especially if they got one of these and they know how to use them. But in that, you know, in that movie and so many other movies in the old tradition, they carry like this for a reason, right? It's a gentlemanly thing. But it's not just that. This is also a weapon that they can, I just lost mine. I was trying to show you something fancy and I lost it. That's the problem with fancy, right? But you carry a weapon with you all the time that's disguised. It's not really disguised, it's just that you're smart enough to use an everyday carry item as a tool for self-defense. I'm gonna move you back a little because I wanna see, I don't really have a person with me, but I have this bag. We're gonna call this the threat. We're gonna imagine that that's his groin. It's about the same height as mine, a little bit taller. We'll say he's a tall bloke, since you found it in London, the Charles Dickens cane. And from here, with the crook facing out, this is the first thing I want you to practice, is that twisting motion, just coming straight up. And explosive as you can make it, as fast as you can make it. And I like to explain it this way. You've got this turn in the wrist. That's what creates speed, while you have this turn in the arm, or this pivot point. So you have this lever. This becomes an extension of this arm. So you have this very long lever. And from here, if you just do that motion, that's going to generate a ton of force, maybe literally, I don't know, but a lot of force right here on the end. Think about hitting it into the chin, especially up under the legs. Think about lifting him, the threat, the bully, the street thug. Lift them off the ground by putting this up between their legs. But then it gets better because you're also going to twist your hand up at the same time. Snapping this wrist while this is coming up off the ground becomes more explosive, more powerful, and does all the things that you want it to do. So from here, yes, I was in the military here in the United States. I started from here with the boot camp in the Marine Corps, Parris Island, 1989. And then after 9/11, joined the Army National Guard. So I've experience in Army style stuff, which is fun. In the Marine Corps, which is intense, which I love. So from here, go up, practice it this way. I want you to think of through the groin, through the head. Good. From here, 1, 2, 1, 2. You know, it's 2020. So it's time, no matter what style you started in, to start to supplement with all this great training that's available to you, especially during shutdown. I was talking to Sensei Emmett. Look it up, Sensei Emmett, Sensei E-M-M-E-T, here on YouTube. He's got a channel. He started interviewing. He's interviewed about 30 martial artists from around the world, and they're really, I was a little hyper yesterday, so it was a funny interview. For me, I was thinking, you know, I'm all over the place, so I don't know if he can cut together a coherent interview or not. But go check his out. I watched a bunch of his. He interviews men and women, high-ranking, highly experienced, all over, all different styles, judo, kali, taekwondo, bang sudo, traditional jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and they're all on his channel, and it's a small channel. He's not growing yet because he just started. But he said this, he's in Ireland. He's been shut down, his school, he can't teach in-person classes since March. And I know that's true for some of you too. You have those draconian measures, as they say, where the politicians who get paid whether they work or not, whether you work or not, they're getting paid. But you don't get to get paid because you don't get to go to work. I'm not being political, I'm just being angry about that, right? So through the groin, through the face, groin, face. And then on the bag, 1, 2. It's very fast, it's very powerful, very explosive. If you don't have a bag, use a stack of tires or just do it in the air. Now, this is my balisong, my butterfly knife. And I'm not smooth with it. I don't have the tricks going yet. But I started practicing some of the tricks again, just for fun, right? It's not for any purpose for self-defense or anything else, just for fun. It's like the video I made this weekend on the lightsaber, right? That's not for self-defense. Someone was joking with me. They said, you forgot to say for self-defense. And that's funny because I say that all the time. And it wasn't for self-defense, just for fun. So yeah. Yes. Yeah. And I know you're not joking. I know that's no exaggeration. As the new COVID, which is mutating, which they knew was going to happen because it's just like a cold every year. It's a different strain. The flu every year is a different strain. And so if you already had COVID-19 and now there's COVID-21, your immune system's not going to fight it the same way. It will, though. You'll be stronger. You'll be healthier because you had it. But different antibodies. That's why they need to have another vaccine that costs trillions of dollars. It's great. Anyway, I'll stop. I wanted you to see the length of my knife compared to the length of your cane. Because when the knife attack starts and happens, I keep looking down so that I don't slice myself when I play with the butterfly knife. When the knife attack presents itself, right? The person comes out and you see that knife and you're caught off guard or you're ready or whatever it is. Maybe you're in this position. Immediate, direct, and explosive. Immediately you have to respond to that knife. You have no time to allow them to then close that distance and stick that knife through you, slicing, whether it's slicing or stabbing or a combination, or try to take it out of their hand with your hand and then have that sharp, razor sharp blade slicing through your tendons, taking your finger off, going in, opening your flesh, getting into your muscle. You can picture it, right? So as soon as you see that knife comes out, you're immediately going to respond in the most explosive, powerful, deadly for self-defense, violent way that you can, for self-defense only, to defend yourself and defeat the person who has the knife. Thank you. But I wanted to show you one more thing that you're going to do on this. And this builds on sessions 1, 2, and 3. This is session 4 of self-defense techniques with a cane. Yeah, you don't have to, but you can have an umbrella. And someone asked me recently, can you do the same thing with an umbrella? And I said no, because I'm only used to cheap, flimsy umbrellas. I didn't know if you get a really nice umbrella that they're almost as sturdy and strong as the cane. So if you have the right cane, the right umbrella, then yeah, you can do it. You can do a lot of these with just a regular stick that you pick up off the street, or a piece of pipe, or a piece of tree, a branch. And then all of a sudden you realize there's a knife involved, and you pick up that branch, and you have now the ability to defend yourself against that blade because you have reach advantage. Remember that, reach advantage when they have a knife, or the shillelagh. We're going to get to the daily shillelagh. Stay tuned to the end for 2 strikes that you're going to learn today with, yes, absolutely will work. 2 strikes today that come from Irish stick fighting. We're calling it the daily shillelagh. We'll see if it takes off, if it's a thing or not. Like I told Sensei Emmett, who's in Ireland, I'm not an Irish stick fighter. Not yet, but I'm going to learn it, and I'm going to bring it to you. So I'm going to show you the first 2 today. The third technique you're going to do with the crook facing out. And this is what I want you to practice between the legs, across the body, and then striking down over the top. And the reason I like to go down over the top is it's hard to block for a lot of people. And for self-defense, it's your advantage. When they come at you, they've got that knife, you're going to try to slow them down, and then hopefully finish the fight in your favor for self-defense. Fight's not over till you win, by the way. So it might take more than just 3 strikes. You might strike, 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 and strike. So we're gonna add in your practice first that over-the-top groin, across the body, down, switch hands. Always switch hands because I want you to be able to fight with both hands equally for a million reasons, but mostly for your brain plasticity and your practical self-defense. Practical self-defense, meaning it has to work. Get in this position, groin, across the body. So I like this because it comes straight up the middle. This one comes up and across. Think of going through the ribs to the other side of the body. And then after that strike, that bounces off of them. Use that momentum to let it turn your body. And then this whole big arm. Remember what I said about leverage? And that cane is an extension of your arm. So if you use this striking motion, you have a lot of force generated here because of the length of your arm. But now you have that much more force. So you come through the groin, through their face, and then let that come back around and smash down on top of their head for self-defense. Then I want you to go into the first hand and pop it up like this. Now I want to talk about using the crook as a hammer, as a big fist, as a giant knuckle sticking out like that, like a big knuckle right to the temple, right into the mandibular joint, coming through the ear, smashing in the eye, smashing in the neck. And so from this position, first technique is going to be a turn of the shoulders, turn of the shoulders. We get to the daily shillelagh at the end. Don't make sure you're here for that. You're going to see turning the shoulders. It's going to be a big part of it. So from here, turning the shoulders, and you're going to use the hard wood, this big knuckle, right through the face. That's why it doesn't have to be as powerful. From here, when I strike this way or I strike this way, and I can break that bag if I go full force. I broke one last week, so I'm trying not to. But, which means I know that you can split somebody for self-defense, split their skull a little bit there, especially with this wood cane. If you look at the links below, there are 2 links right at the beginning of the description. One is for this Cane Masters fighting cane, and then the second is, yeah, exactly. And the second is with the super lightweight. Yes, we'll do all of the weapons again this week. The super lightweight rattan cane, and that's the second link. Anyway, so from here, smashing, smashing, smashing. I have a lot of power, but when I bring it up this way, I'm not as this is they catch me off guard, and I have to respond immediate, direct, and explosive. All of a sudden, they whip out that knife, and they're I'll get it there eventually. They pull out the knife. I had to look cool doing it, right? They pull out the knife, and I want that reach advantage. I don't have time to think. They've got the knife. I've got to respond. You've got to respond as fast as you can. The second one is, you're not so sure. You're in the gray area. You're not black and white yet. Black and white is a knife. Black and white is a knife. Black and white meaning there's nothing to think about, right? It's raining or it's not raining. The sun is shining or the sun is not shining. You're above the ground or you're below ground. It's black and white. There's no question involved, right? Black and white is immediate, direct, explosive. That's why I like this technique so well, because it's so explosive when you've got this and this. But the second is gray. Now, I'm not sure what the situation is. I feel threatened. I'm uncomfortable. So I'm going to get in this position. I'm going to put the cane between me and the threat, and I'm going to say, back up. Don't come any closer. I'll defend myself. I have every right to defend myself. Back up. Now from here, then the knife comes out, black and white. Then they take a step, black and white. You see the look in their eye, black and white. You go from this position where you have protection in the gray zone to the black and white, and then it's all in. Immediate, direct, and explosive. You move first for self-defense. You don't hesitate. Don't wait for them to come in with that knife and try to parry and block and do all kinds of fancy stuff. Take this and stick it right in his face. Smash his nose for self-defense. Smash the nose, break the glasses, pop his eyeball back in the back of his socket and it explodes. Take the teeth out of his mouth for self-defense. And then, so you have straight in. That's to the face. You might not have, they might be too far back, but they might be coming and you go right into the solar plexus, right where the soft stuff is, the hard, that's the sternum. I just knocked my own wind out a little bit. That's the That's the muscle. That's the solar plexus, where it all comes together. And the diaphragm is in there, shaped like this. It goes down and up. And that's how they breathe. All of a sudden, you're going to hit that solar plexus with this big knuckle striking straight in, and it's going to put that into a shock, and it's going to be, and anytime a muscle goes into a shock, a spasm, it holds for a brief moment, and it just locks like that. And when that happens on your diaphragm, you can't breathe in, you can't breathe out. And some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've either been hit there, or you fell on your back, and you put that into a spasm, and then you think you're going to die the first couple times it happens. I remember, when I was a kid, I think it was this bully in the neighborhood, and he knocked me off my bike, and I landed in a way that it knocked my wind out, and I thought, am I going to die? I think it was like 8. And I didn't, obviously, right? And you won't either. And they won't either from that shot, but it's going to slow them down. It's going to hurt so bad, they're going to wish that they had not picked on you, tried to hurt you, tried to take away your dignity, your stuff. It's your right to defend yourself. So from here, you're in a better position. That starts like this, crook facing out. We had these strikes, but now we're in the gray. Step up and in and close the distance between me and you. Thank you. From here, you can step back or you can step in. And I've said it many times before, I like to step in. I like to be a little bit more aggressive. Unless there's a knife, I hope that I would instinctively go back or go in. And don't hesitate, right? You're going to get cut, most likely. But you don't want to be stabbed 40, 50, 60 times. You don't want to be slashed all over your body and have scars, right? You want to immediately start the fight. Fight's not over till you win. So get in this position, step up and in, make yourself a smaller target, close off your vital spots, your vital organs, your ability to breathe, your ability to see, your ability to breathe temporarily or permanently. Close your body. I'm a broad person, I'm white. There's a lot of targets here, easy to hit. You want to close all that off, right? So make yourself a smaller target. Go ahead and ask. From here, stepping in or stepping back. And then, as soon as you know you have to, you're striking straight forward. And that's all this is. From here, just a push of the arm. It's a very powerful position for most people. And a little turn of the shoulder. That turn of the shoulder and push of the arm is enough in the right spot to slow them down. 1 or 2 to the solar plexus, or 3 into the groin. From this position, then bring it across from here, striking with this part of your cane. From here, and then raking across. This is what I want you to practice today. Raking this hook. See that bevel? That's hardwood. That's going to do a lot of damage no matter who it is and what it is. And that's why I like this technique. You don't have to be stronger. You don't have to be faster. You just have to be committed to self-defense. You have the right to defend yourself. Use it. So from here, stepping up and in, or stepping back, and then pushing here, let them have it. Let them grab it. I'll show you why in a second. Striking some here as fast as you can, right? And the thing is, they're probably instinctively going to try to grab at it if their hands are up. If they've got that knife, you have 2 choices. Get stabbed or hit them first. You might still get cut or stabbed. But if you go with choice 1, get stabbed, it's probably going to be over and over and over again. So from here, strike hard and fast, striking across the body, raking across the face. Yeah, we're going to talk about that here in just a second, but I want to show you on the back, and then I'll show you right away. So from here, 1, 2, 3, raking across. Now, let's say, let me show you one more time so you can practice, either on the bag or in the air. Let's do it in the air. From here, 1, this angle, hitting with this part, and then straight across, and just think of raking. And it doesn't even have to be the face. It can be through the throat. It's very deadly. For self-defense, through the body, it's going to catch on all those nerves, muscles, tendons, and it's going to do a lot of damage for self-defense in your favor. Now, try to put it back here. Let's say you're here and they grab your cane right away. Now, let them grab it. If they grab your cane, you know where their hand is. And I'm now them. I'm now the threat. He's grabbed your cane with 1 hand or 2. It's not going to even matter how many hands they have. Their goal is to take the cane away from you and probably beat you or murder you with it, right? That's why you're not going to let them have it, but you're going to let them have it metaphorically speaking. So from here, they grab that cane, their energy is going to be coming back. Go with it. So from here, they grab here, they are starting to pull, go forward because that's going to move them in the back direction. And then think of turning. Almost all self-defense, all martial arts comes down to turning when it comes to a weapon being involved, or if they grab in your hand or your body or twisting, think of turning. Twisting, turning, however you want to think about it. So from here, you're gonna, oh good. Thank you, Emmett. I was telling everybody before, they've got to go to your channel. They've got to follow Emmett, follow Sensei Emmett. You've got to go look at some of these other, Emmett, what was the name of that guy I liked so much yesterday? This practical self-defense guy. We were talking about one of the first things that I saw when I Google or typed in Sensei Emmett in YouTube was this interview with a guy from Northern. Yeah, Ian Abernethy. Brilliant guy. And I loved everything he had to say, and it really resonated with me, and it aligns so well with a lot of the things that I believe in and that I teach, that I try to teach anyway. I'm not always the best. So from here, smash, grab. Smash, grab. They're holding here, they're trying to remove it. From here, since their hands create a pivot point, you're going to use that pivot point and strike. Using the backhand, think of just punching straight into their face. This becomes now a horizontal strike, catching them this way. And because they're coming in this direction, they're not trying to stop this direction. That's the truth on almost all spins or turns or twists with a weapon. They grab your cane here, turn it. So you're gonna turn and drive, turn and drive, turn and drive, and then strike. Turn, drive, and then bring that backhand through. Good. Awesome. I love the Cane Master's cane. That's what this one is. You use the link below. He sends me a little check. Still waiting for it for this month. Not that he's slow, but the mail's slow. I love these products though. This is the oak training cane. It's for like 41 bucks plus a little bit of shipping. From here, turn, strike, and push. Yeah, you can also kick, but I don't want you to have to get into, here's what self-defense is not. Self-defense is not a competitive fight. It's not a boxing match. It's not mano-a-mano. It's violence against violence. They have the intent to harm you. You're going to use basic principles of self-defense. No, Gary Hernandez uses Cane Master canes, but Keith Melton, interesting dude. You got to look up Keith Melton. Put Keith Melton, Conan O'Brien. There's an Irish name. Conan O'Brien, the TV host from Late Night. There's an episode where he has the Spy Master come on. That's Keith Melton, who owns Cane Masters, who happens to be a high-ranking combat cane spinning fighting master who bought the company from the founder and the kind of the pioneer of cane self-defense. Cane self-defense has been around, Kung Fu cane, cane styles, but also Hapkido cane. You'll find it in Japanese martial arts, especially with the ninja, right? Because it's a disguised tool for self-defense. You can carry it with you anywhere you go. It's why it's so effective. But Mark Shuey, I knew it would come to me if I talked long enough, but Mark Shuey is kind of the pioneer, and he started Cane Masters, and then Keith Melton has taken it to a new level. And he makes them here. He's got a guy who makes them by hand. They soak these things for a couple days in the right kind of, it's a trade secret. Augmented, we'll just call it augmented minerals that keep it super strong and flexible. And if you get this oak cane, it's so strong that it's not going to break very easily. It's going to be 10 times more effective for self-defense and break 10 times less that mineral, yes, than the cane that you can get for 10 bucks from Amazon, which is where I started. I just told everybody, just go to Amazon and get that. But after I broke the fourth cane, I went to first the rattan cane, which we're going to use. And Sensei Emmett, I told you this yesterday, I'm not going to teach Irish stick fighting until I'm properly trained. But today, stay tuned to the end. We're almost there. We're going to do some, it's going to be your daily shillelagh. It's going to be a small segment where you can use a couple of cane fighting or a couple of Irish stick fighting techniques with your walking cane, cane master's cane, your self-defense cane. This is the rattan, and I said that we're going to do those with the rattan. I'm going to show you where the lightness of the rattan cane, which is the second link below, gives you a speed advantage, but this is also always going to make you smash. It's just going to smash. The fans, you have to reach me directly. I ship those out because they come from a totally different source, but I have a bunch. I have a bunch in stock. They're $20 plus a couple dollars shipping. But send me an email, pasquinelli@hotmail.com. I messed up all my websites. All my websites are down for maintenance. So don't go to the website. Don't go to pasquinelli.com. Go there tomorrow. But send me a direct email, pasquinelli@hotmail.com or pasquinelli@gmail.com. I have both of those, and I'll gladly hook you up. I'll get you started. All right. Anyway, back to what I want you to practice. Because you asked what happens if they grab the cane and they have it and they're pulling here. You're going to allow them to have it. No, I love that. I also am a big fan, used to be a bow hunter. My brother and I, when we were kids, we took bow hunting. We took archery lessons for a long time. And then we got into bow hunting for deer. And I got to be honest, I don't like to kill animals. Mosquitoes, that's about it. It's not that I'm squeamish, because I will and I have, and I've eaten them, but it's just not my personality. I'm more of the, if Publix has got ground beef, I like the taste of ground beef better than, or a good steak or a good piece of fish. I'll fish a little bit, but it's the same thing. I just don't like, I can clean them, cook them, eat them, but I just don't, and it's not that I'm squeamish blood, I don't care, but it's just one of those things. Anyway, so I'm going to strike, they grab it, I'm going to put the other hand here, and I'm going to bring it through and smash that way. Now, I want to show you one more way that you can use this before we turn it around here, because I also want you to learn the 7 basic strikes and practice those every single day. So from here, I'm in this position. I want you to reach out and grab something. In this case, what I think would be best is somewhere in their upper body, somewhere. Oh, good. Breathe. Learn to breathe. I'm sure you already breathe with your archery, but the more you can control your breathing, that's what I teach. That's my secret sauce, is striking, pulling, is the breathing. If you can breathe really well, you can shoot really well. Yeah, I still like a steak better, a beef. I like a big, juicy cow, grass-fed, more than I do Bambi. And I've had Bambi every single way possible, right? In the sausage, in the stew, in the jerky, in the chili, Bambi chili. And if you're anti-eating animals, I apologize. I didn't mean to go off on that tangent or whatever. So from here, reach and pull, reach and pull. You're just gonna stick it wherever you can grab them, and then have that force. Then put that other hand on it and strike. Practice striking this way. Practice shoving them back. They get up and in your face. You're minding your own business. Hey, get out of my... It's just very fast and explosive. Think about two-hand striking. Two-hand striking. I want you to practice like this. Push, strike to the side, strike the side. All I'm doing with my feet is a little step and a little step. Straight, 1, 2. And when you do that, do it with force. Do it with commitment. Every strike trying to end the fight. You need to have stopping power. Look at the last workout. We used the bands to improve the stopping power. We'll do that again on the next one. Yeah, absolutely. So pushing, archery is a martial art. Pushing, striking, striking. Pushing, striking, striking. Then get the stick in the other hand. You have the long side. And you're going to strike here. Yeah, bison's really good. From here, 1, 2, clean. Those are all the clean meats, the game meats. 1, and they're not genetically modified, right? You start eating game meats, then you're going to lose weight. I don't care who you are. You're going to be healthier and stronger. 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's with this in this position. So from here, you're walking down the street, minding your business. You get in. 1, 2, 3 comes up. 4 comes up the other way. 5 comes through. 6 here. 7 here. Remember to stay tuned. We're almost there. The daily shillelagh is coming up. I'm going to show you two techniques you're going to start with now so you can fight using Irish stick fighting principles. The Irish. not the clans, what do they call the factions? The factions, they're out there smash each other with the shillelagh and other types of fighting sticks for years. And what's it called in the Irish name or the Gaelic word for stick fighting? 1, 2, 3, 4, starts with B, 5, 6, down, smash. Those basic techniques, practice on both sides. Get in this position. Think of the angle down, angle down. Keep them tight in front of your body like you're fighting Kali martial arts or Eskrima, any of the Filipino, Arnis, maybe Salat, bringing it down here and striking with that tip. And then slide back in the other hand from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down and smash. Yeah, this is from Filipino Kali. Some of these come from Kali, some come from short sword fighting, some come from the Japanese style sword, some come from the, because the moves, they're interchangeable. Like I said, we're at the very end, in a couple minutes, we're almost there. We're doing combat shillelagh. We're doing Irish stick fighting. Oh, I almost give it to you. All right, then in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and smashing with that bayonet style attack, or use the other side for a rifle butt attack for self-defense. Now, final exercise, we're there. Daily shillelagh, Irish. I wish you were all here. It's a joke. Irish stick fighting, one of the coolest things that you'll ever see. And it's a competitive event. There are a lot of guys who compete in it now, and I think it's growing in popularity. I like to say popularity instead of popularity, just for fun. You're gonna put your right foot forward, hold it in your right hand. You're gonna get in that basic fighting position where the cane is between you and the threat. And the reason, oh, I think I lost it. Yeah, the reason is your cane is not gonna bleed when they produce that knife. Now, these first two strikes, these first two shillelagh or Irish stick fighting strikes is you're going to, yeah, I appreciate the conversation about the nuts and stuff. Keep that going, but quick, explosive, fast. And the idea is that your target in this one is going to be right to the face, right? So again, just like the other ones, it doesn't have to hit with full speed power. You're not trying to break their leg or break their arm if they're coming at you. You're trying to ring their bell, literally, right? And you don't need a lot of force there for that. And you're still going to do a lot of damage. Now, from this position, right foot forward, it's in your right hand. You're going to bring it in like this. Now, this is Irish stick fighting. And just like Kali, you're going to find some similarities between Kali, the Eskrima Salat, and Kung Fu and other Japanese styles, Korean styles. You're going to find the same thing in the Irish. And that's because there are only so many ways you can move. But you also find unique moves. This is cool. So from here, my right hand is closed, my left hand is up, and this is gonna act as a break or a stop because I'm gonna bring it back this. Now from here, you're going to think about flicking the wrist, right? Very fast, very powerful. If you're a little bit older, you're not as strong as you used to be, or you're getting stronger now, this is a great way to find explosiveness and speed in a very effective technique for self-defense that you can use that's not that and that you can use with that. You can use this one with every other one. Right foot forward, the hands are up, you're gonna just push and come back. Push and come back. Here's what you have to do. Don't stop here. Go through their face. Out and back, out and back. 2, you're gonna do 2 with the right hand. 1, 2, and then from here, close the back hand, and you're gonna do 3 with the left. Now don't worry about the footwork. Don't worry about turning the shoulders and the hips, which we're going to do in just a moment. This is your daily shillelagh, Irish stick fighting principles using the everyday walking cane or your combat cane or the cane master's cane, or in this case, the dojo training cane in rattan, which is really fast. This is the advantage with this kind of technique. Because it's light, you're able to explosively strike the face, right? Strike, faster and faster. 1, 2. You're gonna hit them twice. And then with that other hand open this one and do the same thing so that you're coming through, but now you're using that big hammer, that big knuckle, that big fist, smashing through and then back. And I want you to practice 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Start to turn your left shoulder because what's happening is you're getting more reach. You're getting more power. It's going to go through the target harder. 1, 2, 3. This is my front hand. My right foot is in front of my left. Here's the threat. 1, 2, 3. And you turn. Then start to really reach and turn your hips, turn your shoulders this way through, smashing as hard and as fast as you can. All right, that's what I got for today. That's your daily shillelagh. Put in the comment section below any of your questions, comments. Please share this, like this, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Check the links. Go buy a cane for Christmas. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you.